Gil, what did this Clipper squad show you getting a big win like this on the road against the Warriors?
Nobody wanted to play the Lakers.
They were all ducking.
The moral of the story.
That was
so they was fighting hard to get out of the Lakers' way. But I mean, from trade deadline when they got Ben Simmons and some of the things they added, it actually made them a lot better. Adding Kawhi, then you can see everybody really like gelling and playing well together. So, they are the dark horse to me in the West.
Kawhi looks good.
Yeah, we gotta acknowledge Kawhi.
He looks just normal,
yeah.
which is amazing. He's the top 4 player in the NBA when he plays like that.
He's a man to be
reckoned
reckoned
with.
with.
Harden looks.
Yeah, I like how he running the offense.
Harden right now is different than James Harden on the Sixers.
What was James Harden like on the Sixers versus what he's like on the Clippers now?
Well, I just think he has more freedom and he just needs the freedom. I know a lot. I know a lot about basketball.
It is.
And he probably love LA better too,
Who doesn't?
The comfortability.
But with the Sixers, I got to tell you, he looked like he lost a step. When I watch every game, and I watched his whole career, he just looked. There was just so many instances in the Sixers where he would be driving, and he wouldn't get separation, and he would just look kind of weird. Like it would just look weird.
Yeah.
Like,
He ain't had nobody to
that's
pass it
weird.
to.
Like James Harden should never not beat his man, and he's beating his man every time now. So I think he's just in better shape, and I think he's more motivated because he knows that it's all going to go through him.
You know what it is too, and this is why I always tell coaches, the worst thing you can do is tell a player to play the right way, because in the coach's mind, playing the right way is like getting everybody involved.
Yeah.
A basketball player don't know the difference between that, right? If you tell us, I need you to look for everyone else, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be literal. So I'm driving, I'm not gonna beat my man, because if I beat my man, then I'm scoring. And you really don't want me to score, so I'm gonna just do enough to try to get someone to bite so I can make that pass. So when he was in Philly, the offense wasn't his. He's told to average 20. So when he's sitting here going, he's literally trying to slow himself down.
So he had to dumb his game down.
Yes.
It's a ball down.
And that's why I say, just like that's what a player do. You tell him to average 20. That's what he's gonna average.
Yeah.
If he's averaging 25, 30, that means think about what he has to do to get the 20.
That got to be hard mentally for a player, though, knowing you a dog and the coach like, I need you to just get a dub.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Right. Just
look for Embiid.
He's just so much better. There's only a few players like him where you're just better off letting him really dominate the ball and not think about how Golden State plays. Like Steph could do that, maybe not like James, but he'll never even remotely do that because he's just running. Everything's perfectly. It's a system. James is the system. He was when he said that, I was like, he's probably right.
Well, that's But Steph's off-ball game, man. If you watch those games, he had Clippers in hell.
He don't
man.
stop moving.
As soon as he passed, you already know he.
How is Ben Simmons doing for the Clippers? I haven't. Is he?
Can we give some flowers to Kawhi?
Defensive
He
side.
getting past his
we
Kawhi.
haven't got to him yet.
I'm just saying, y'all keep jumping from different shit. Let's talk about Kawhi Leonard. Y'all was talking about how he was gonna be better in Embiid.
Kawhi is
motherfucker that ain't gonna play no games. You see what he out there doing?
Yeah, he did play more games than Embiid.
He played more games than no, he had 33, right?
No, I said he was next after Ben Simmons. Anyway.
Well, no, let's get to him early. He shouldn't be after motherfucking Ben Simmons. How would he be after Ben Simmons?
So we can finish the segment with him.
What the fuck
Long
Ben
segment.
Simmons do?
Yeah.
He was just, it was gonna be quick. But we can.
Let's get we gotta talk about Kawhi, motherfucker. So you skimming through the shit. You showing the world that leg, that one leg. They was talking about him, remember? Olympics.
I know this.
Send his ass home, all that shit.
And they did.
Yeah, they did.
And Embiid
He brought the little suitcase.
So Kawhi left and Embiid stayed, and one of them not playing that shit.
I got my gold. And I say I, as in America.
We were rooting for America, Swaggy.
Yeah.
Whoever they sent out there. Ben Simmons playing all right, been playing 11, 12 minutes per game over the last 5, 6 games. Hasn't really obviously been scoring, but defensively I think he's bringing a lot to the table, and I think he's working his way back in there. But this is the playoffs now, so we'll see. So Swaggy, you said Kawhi. Give Kawhi his flowers. Like I said,
Can we get some smoke in there?
15 straight, 20-point
A
games.
little bit, just a little bit. He played, how many games he played this year?
12.
35, I think, something like that. This is their natural.
How many games he
Don't
played?
be alarmed by it.
How many games he played?
He played 37 games this season.
Damn, that's
averaged
it.
20.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
He played 50.
He was
Missed like the first half of the season, you know, came back.
He just got back.
wasn't playing back-to-backs, but it's
How many games
honestly,
He played one back-to-back.
How many games did B play?
like 19 or something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It doesn't have to be a comparison with Joel.
It is, because it was like, who's going to play the most games this year out of them two?
Who said that?
We did talk about it on this guy.
Okay.
Who's gonna play the most games?
Yeah, but this was early in the season. Obviously, we're both dealing with knee injuries at that point.
Did anyone pick anybody?
There were some Kawhi believers, there were some Embiid believers.
I wasn't here for that part.
Yeah, me neither.
You was here, motherfucker.
Who'd I
I was
pick?
sitting right there on that phone.
Who'd I pick?
You picked Embiid.
Cap.
I think you did.
Probably because he won gold.
Yeah, I know.
He was a gold
Yeah, he was a gold medalist.
He
representing
looked
America.
good in the Olympics. He looked good.
Damn.
Kawhi's dangerous. I mean, yeah, they're such a different. I really have not historically believed in the Clippers since acquiring James Harden, but
Yeah.
Kawhi is such a winner.
Well, just Clippers have been the Clippers forever, so even prior to
I
that,
know.
it's been a struggle to
still
believe
gonna
in
be
the
Bad,
Clippers.
man.
Clippers, 5th seed, Nuggets, 4th seed. How worried should the Nuggets be about this Clipper squad? James Harden, Kawhi playing this level. Zubats, double machine,
The way-
balling out as well.
I don't know. Did y'all peep the way what James Harden said? They better because they got rid of the players they had, some of the players they had last year.
No, I don't look
Like
into
he's
that.
like on a mission.
Yeah.
Feel that energy right there going into the playoffs?
Gil, you didn't see that, but we actually shall have that. So
Yeah.
Clippers in this season 50-32, one less win than last season, but they also only had Kawhi in the line of 37 games this season compared to 68 games last year. So Harden was recently asked what major differences are there between this year's Clippers squad versus last year's team, and here's what he had to say.
They're just different. That's a different team. Like we got guys that knows their role and know what they're supposed to be doing, consistently on a 99 basis. Like from the beginning of the season, you know what I mean. So it's a different team.
What do you feel like makes it different this year as opposed to last year?
Personnel. I mean, you guys know, like the players that we had last year. So I mean, it's a different team.
Who is he talking about besides Paul George?
So
What's he talking about?
that's a great question because
Who else is there?
they made some moves. So no Russ, no PG.
Oh yeah, Russ.
No, keep going. There's more players.
I'm just saying. But
Russ-
No, there's more players. Remember, people got suspended last year.
I think they just have.
Let's not run narrative. There's people who got suspended last year for acting the ass on the sideline. Come on.
Who, Bones? No.
I think they just have.
They don't know their roles, right?
They have
Did he
more
say?
defined role players. They're not having like superstars, ex-superstars be role players. Like they have actual guys who are more career role players. I think it's easier sometimes for a role player to be a role player than to ask like Russ.
Is Maine on the team still? Man.
I don't think he's on.
Oh, man, ain't no. Where is
I'm just saying,
man?
Where is
throw
Man?
out the.
Listen,
we're
where the
naming
fuck
players
is
on the team.
Man?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot man wasn't
Didn't
on
know
the-
they were. I mean, we literally
on the
watched
Clippers.
James Harden come into the locker room and he's sitting there just.
We did see that.
Come on, man. We seen the distance of the Clippers team. So
They traded Terrence Mann and Bones to the Hawks for Bogdanovich
Bogdanovich
before
is
the
good.
trade deadline.
That was this year though. He said last year.
No, he's saying this year.
No, he said
So
last
after the Harden trade last year, there was that video of James walking in the locker room, I think for the first time, and
Yeah.
Terrence Mann didn't look terribly enthused, but that's just a video, hard to infer. What was?
Man, there'd be a lot of animosity in them locker rooms, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
no. Yeah.
I'd be happy if I had James Harden on my team. We go get some dubs.
Yeah, for sure. Harden made the playoffs every year of his career, but does it feel like you said, does it feel like he's taking a shot at Paul George? Because we know the biggest piece that's missing from the Clippers roster from this season compared to last season.
No, because they're both all LA guys. That the ones we want to name, LA guys that are friends.
Russ, the LA guy, PG from Palmdale, it's a little.
AU. They both,
I'm just saying.
they both played on
Hey, we don't- you know.
They both played on the pumps.
Did they?
Yeah.
Nah. I don't remember that. I played on the pumps, fool. So I don't remember Paul George playing on the pumps.
He did.
He did?
Yes.
Pump and run. Shout out to the Pump brothers, David and Dana, LA
He
Staple.
ain't play? I thought he played for H.
Swag, everybody
squad.
played for Pump and Run at some
I
point.
thought he played
If
for
you lived
H
in Los
squad.
Angeles long enough, you made an
Yeah,
appearance with the Pump squad.
Yeah. We beat the Atlanta Celtics when I played, though.
So you don't feel like this was a shot at PG?
I feel like it is.
If you want it to be.
Paul George doesn't bother anybody. I don't think it's a shot at Pete. I think it's just the holistic. I think he just needs to be able to be James Harden and have the right role players like just so defined. He's not going to be the kind of guy that I think thrives in like a super team. You know, I know that's not what Russ was back then, but when you have like 4 first ballot Hall of Famers like that all really believe they're still that, it's more complicated.
Yeah, for sure. And we had a story Bones Highland told. He was on IG Live and talked about how Russ was feeling disrespected by the team. He said he needed to walk in with the 75th anniversary jacket to remind everybody who he was while that was going on. So,
Just a whole bunch of people didn't really know what their roles were. Right in. This is why training camp is important, and the fact that they don't have training camp anymore. It's more like a Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
And that's why everybody gets, hurt at the beginning of the season. And that's why the 90s, a lot of those guys played 82 games. It's a conditioning, right? Back then, you were allowed to train 6-7 hours if you wanted to. So back then, before the season started, there was so much conditioning for that month. By the time they got to the season, their bodies was well tuned. Now, training camp is walkthroughs.
Yeah.
So you trust your guy for the summer to have got his body in peak condition to get ready for his game one? No, that's not how it works, right? Right? It's just like lifting weights. I know you take 2 weeks off and then try to lift your max, you're gonna tear something.
Nah, for sure.
And that's what's going on now. So the fact that there's no training camp for everybody to establish or reestablish their dominance, for the pecking order to be pecked, and coaches out there doing what he does, like, Coach, you have no bearing on this pecking order. Mm-hmm. You can't say who's the alpha, who's the enforcer. You don't do nothing with roles. Your time is to split time, but when we battle, that's who's who. That cocky dude who come in thinking he been training all summer and, he's the 4th guy. Now he think he's the number 1 guy or the number 2 guy, and then he get his ego checked in training camp.
Right.
Now he knows he's the 4th guy still.
Yeah.
Why they take the training camp away?
CBA type of stuff, right?
They just
Collective bargaining.
Well,
were they still doing training camp when you was in?
Yeah, but the last year I played with the Warriors, like Steve Kerr expect you to come in shape. Training camp ain't as big, and it's hard because we knew where we was gonna be at the end of the year. You got playoffs, and if you go in there like we used to do, like Byron Scott's and shit, you come on, man, you be dead by the guy.
You did by the season
Yeah,
started.
by the season started. Like I done seen both. So, but with teams like that, yeah, I understand. You got KD, you got Steph, Clay, professional, Draymond. They come in prepared. It's probably like 3 days, ain't it now?
3 days.
Ain't it?
3 days of training. Yeah.
It's like 3 days. Now.
It used to be a week.
Used
2
to be
weeks.
a week.
It used to be like 2 weeks. Then it went down to a week, 2 a days, then 1 a day. Or first it was like 2 a days for 3 straight days. Then they'll break it to 1 day. Then it was like 2 days, 1 day, 2 days, 1 day, 2 days, 1 day. Before we even had our first game. So we had at least 7 days of training camp.
2 days and shit.
They probably just relying on the
if we started on
players to
Monday,
train on
by
themselves.
Wednesday, and I trained all summer.
Yeah.
I'm down to 207, 7% body fat. Day 3, I'm done. Right? Everybody's walking in like, damn, Coach, come on, man.
Yeah.
We can't, you know what I mean? So imagine if you're not doing all this, you go into the season.
Yeah.
Now you got to go against a dude that's coming 100 miles an hour at you. Yeah, you tweaking muscles.
Yeah.
Because training camp is my backup. And motherfuckers trying to make the team. I'm not playing against, if I'm the high level guy, like I don't think they understand the concept of it. If I'm a high level guy, my backup is actually not high level.
Yeah.
Right? He is a backup. So for the most part, I'm going against a Honda in training camp, and I'm still like,
Yeah.
If I'm not pushing my body, what happens? You done did 3 days of training camp and it's just been chilling, and then I gotta guard Steph Curry that first day.
You're in trouble.
But if your backup was Steph Curry, you would be the backup. That's what. But yeah, let's just talk about what he said. No.
I'd have been a shooting guard.
No.
I'd have been a shooting guard. I could beat that motherfucker out. I could beat Pozinski out, bro. I could beat Pozinski. I don't know what you talking about. I would beat Pozinski. You know what I mean? I've been right there.
I'm just saying, is it safe to say he was talking about everybody then?
I think he was talking about it.
That's
why I say
it wasn't.
It's because Kawhi ain't been there either.
But Kawhi, don't disrespect. We just gave him his spot.
No, what I'm saying is, if you want to be technical.
He was there last night when it mattered.
No, what I'm saying is, Kawhi played 68 games last year?
68.
And he's played 31, so he's
37.
been without 30. He's been without Kawhi too, so he can say everybody if he wants to.
No. Look what.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
If Kawhi wasn't there yesterday, they played the Lakers first round. You want that? Do you want that? If Kawhi wasn't there yesterday, Warriors win, and they play the Lakers, right?
We worry about the Clippers. That's 7 home games.
That's what I'm saying.
That's 7 home games.
That is a 7 home game.
That's 7 home
You
games.
gotta thank Kawhi. That 33 he had yesterday.
Let's talk about a big moment in that game, though. Overtime, Warriors down 2. Draymond, easy left-handed layup. Tries to get a foul call. I mean, big deal, not a big deal.
Should have dunked it.
I think he was looking to pass it and realized.
All the time.
I think he was like seeking the foul.
Which was wild.
Yeah, I feel like he's not even that good of a free throw shooter.
He delivers in clutch moments, I will say that about Dre.
Yeah.
But it seemed like just easy layup to tie it
He
up.
probably expected a foul. It's tough, you know.
Have it in real time.
Yeah. Where's Kevin Durant going?
Clippers. No, I'm just playing.
Damn.
I mean, the only one that can afford him.
It's not true. When you say afford, what do you mean? They can trade for him?
I could afford him.
Afford him.
He's not a free agent.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You're the richest owner in the league. You can afford whatever you want, right? Orlando.
Well, you have to be able to trade.
Suns, I can give you $20 million. Let's make this trade somehow. I'm crooked.
Duh.
I'm going to find a way to get what I want.
He was a master of loopholes.
Yeah. I mean, what you need over here? What you looking at over here?
I think
I
he's
got whatever you need.
I feel like it's going to end up being, when it all shakes out, and by the way, I am rooting for the Lakers to win everything. I just want you guys to know that. But I think when it all shakes out, I think it's going to be Thunder Celtics. I think the loser trades for Kevin Durant.
Thunder Celtics finals, the loser of that final.
I said, like, wait, what the fuck little Diggy say?
But I'm rooting.
We forgot his government name. I don't think he said what?
I'm rooting for the Lakers. I want the Lakers to win.
Oh, okay.
I love JJ.
So you live in LA now, are you a Lakers fan?
No,
by
I'm a
extension?
Sixers fan.
But do you have love for you still go to Lakers games and have more fun there than perhaps?
Yeah, like when they get like LeBron, I'm like, great. Now like life is a little better because the Lakers games are so much more interesting. And I love LeBron. I think I just love their individual players. I'm not necessarily. I'm a Kobe fan, so the Lakers were always historically my second favorite team behind the Sixers, only because of Kobe.
Okay.
Once Kobe left, I didn't really feel that way. I like LeBron. I love LeBron, and I love JJ Redick, and I love Austin.
Luka doing
like it's hard to find, it's hard to find people who like everybody. Like, you know what I mean? It's usually, if you like Kobe, you hate LeBron for some reason.
Nah, he know he got to see LeBron at one of the parties. LeBron been pulling up on
When I used to have more.
LeBron gonna put up on little Dicky, like, hey, little Dicky.
No, I used to root against LeBron early in his career because of my love for Kobe.
Yeah.
I was so annoyed at the comparison, and then as time has gone on, I think that's just kind of an immature way to He's so great, and he's such a great dude.
Well, I'm a lifelong LeBron fan, so I used to go at Kobe fans. When LeBron came to the Lakers, it was like, oh, we got to put all that aside for the greater good. But it used to get nasty back in those days.
Yeah.
So I'll just be real.
I mean, Clippers got a chance because of one player on the team.
Why?
Who's that one player?
They got a KB on there. Kobe Brown. They said K Brown. I was like, who the fuck drafted this? The fuck they picked this motherfucker
The
up?
Clippers, though?
Yeah. When I see it, I was like, K Brown, get the fuck out of here. Then I had to actually click on it. I was like, whew.
Yeah, why is it?
This is Kobe Brown.
Kobe Brown.
No K Brown mentions at any point in the show.
No, I'm just saying that's a horrible.
Kobe Brown.
Yeah, it's your
crazy.
parents
You
is
can tell
fucked up.
young, yeah.
You got the best and the worst.
Damn.
Your career is gonna be mediocre at best.
Wow.
It should be Kobe B.
And it
Not K. Brown.
It said K. Brown and not Kobe B. Mm-hmm. All right, well.
What that is.
Between the both of them, they had 63 points. They had 83 points. As if, yeah.
Gil has other issues, so if you show you know where he's going with this. But let's keep this moving. Today's podcast is brought to you by Manscaped. Since it's March.
You just got it, you big dummy.
That boy late.
It said 83 points. Okay, that's when it hit me. Oh, damn.
Unnecessary. Let's increase the piece in 2025.
Flew right over there.
Yeah, it flew right over.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Manscaped. Since it's March, Manscaped is getting ready.